This video I want to talk about meditation. I want to talk about some practical steps that you can use to get involved with meditation, but really just how I do it, but what I use it for. And it's a very powerful tool. Very powerful tool. Probably the most valuable tool I've ever used. Thing that I've done. Probably the most powerful thing that I've ever implemented into my routine, because meditation is really the art of absorbing yourself into the present moment. It is the art of allowing. It is the art of letting go of resistance. It is the art of observing your thoughts instead of reacting to your thoughts. It's a way to become aware of your autopilot mind, but not reacting to it. It's a way to see the separation between you and your thoughts. And what happens is, a lot of times, if our mind is cloudy, or if we're overthinking a lot, if we have anxiety, if you have fear, worry, all of those emotions come from your attempt to escape the present moment. And meditation will take you into the present moment, and understand that worrying about the future doesn't make any sense, because when you take care of right now, the future will take care of itself. And meditation helps you get into that present moment. Some things you can use. Really, I use meditation to solve problems. I use whenever I'm unsure of what to do, or overthinking, or I got some things going on that I'm worrying about, or anything like that. Meditation, it could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is for you, to let go. And once you've let go, you realize that you can really step into the now and take whatever action sounds best. And once you have cleared your mind from your own autopilot mind, once you have been able to observe your thoughts and really just sit with yourself, because a lot of times, especially me or any other entrepreneurs, you're doing a lot of business, you're working, you're doing a lot of things, you're always doing something, you always got something to do, you're always like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do that. And then you gotta realize that we gotta come back to ourself and realize we can only do one thing at a time. We can only do one thing at a time. Meditation allows you to let go of your thoughts and really become present. And it's powerful way to really tap into right now, this moment. It's really powerful. But and it's a problem solver as well. Once you've cleared your thoughts, once you've cleared your mind, then you can really get into asking it as given mode. And that's when you're really you're getting information downloaded into your brain from the higher realms. And that is, once your mind is clear, when you ask, your first instinct is given to you, and whatever you want to call it, that's your guides giving you information. That's 100%. You're getting information from the higher realm, so you can trust it. That's your higher self. Your higher self. But when you're overthinking, when you're anxiety, with the lower vibration emotions, that's the ego mind. That's the ego mind. But when you can really meditate and get into the present moment, and allow your higher self to speak to you, allow God to speak to you, whatever you believe in. The whole idea here is you're focusing on your breath and you're focusing on your heart. Because if you're overthinking right now, a lot of your attention is in your head. You can feel it. It's allowing to feel total body awareness. When you can become aware of your whole body. Certain things you can do to practice that is, you can feel your right arm and right hand, your left arm and left hand, your right leg and right foot, left leg and left foot, really, and just kind of put your awareness there. But you'll realize, though, if you're overthinking, if you have anxiety, all of your attention is in your head, all of your awareness is in your head. So pretty much meditation is going to help you shift your awareness from your head to your heart. And that's where you need your awareness to be most of the time, is your heart. Because your head can confuse you, your head can lie to you, there can be multiple voices in your head. Your heart is your intuition. That's your higher self. That is divine guidance. Your heart will never lie to you. Your heart knows best, because your heart is way smarter than your brain. Your heart is connected to everything in this universe. That's why it's so powerful. Meditation is so powerful, because you're letting go of your mind and opening up your heart space. When you're really just allowing yourself to fire your brain and hire your heart. That's what meditation is for. That's what I use meditation for. Focus on your breathing. You can breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and release for 4. And just allow your thoughts to be. Thoughts are going to keep coming up, but your job is to direct your focus back to your breath and your heart. Direct your focus back to your breath and your heart. Now, if you're listening to a guided meditation, what you can do is you can put your awareness on whatever the person is saying. That will help you get into the present moment. And the whole idea here with meditation is like, especially if you're overthinking, is you're gonna get a lot of thoughts come up. A lot of thoughts are gonna come up. And your job is to understand that when you come out of the meditation, you're gonna be a new person, number 1. But number 2, you're gonna be in alignment. So the whole idea is letting go to trusting the fact that the meditation is gonna solve your problems for you, okay? Now, your problems solve yourself when you understand what the present moment is, when you experience that bliss in the moment, that everything happens at the perfect time, you're always in the right place at the right time. But you need to let go of the resistance, because especially if you have a lot of things to do, someone like me, maybe a lot of entrepreneurs on here watching this video, you have your own business, or you do a lot of things, you always got something to do. Like, meditation is going to help you a lot, because if you're always focusing on what you're doing next, that's energy that's not in this moment right now. So the whole idea is letting go of your thoughts, letting go of your problems. You're not trying to solve your problems, okay? Because if you're trying to solve your problems in your head, that's your ego. You need to give your problems to your higher self. You need to give your problems to your heart. So the way you do this is you're gonna get those overthinking thoughts. They're gonna come in, but what you gotta do is take your awareness from your head and put it into your heart, into your breath, until it will get to a point where you really want to experience that void. The void is really where it gets powerful, where you forget where you are, you forget who you are, you just literally become the moment. You literally become the moment with your eyes closed, with your breath. Whatever is in your head is the only thing you experience. And you really want to get to that point where when you wake up, you feel so good and so in alignment that whatever is necessary for you to do first, you will have the discipline and awareness to do that first. So for me, for example, when I have a lot of things to do, when I'm overthinking, a lot of times it's because my environment is cluttered. A lot of times because I need to clean up a mess, or I need to organize, right? Because if you organize your mind, everything else organizes itself. A lot of times we lie to ourselves. I lied to myself before and say, once I clean up my room, then my mind will be clear. And then next thing you know, it's been a week and I haven't cleaned up my room, right? You can probably relate to that. But you got to realize it's not outside in, it's inside out. Like, living outside in is saying, okay, once this happens to me, then I will have peace of mind. But what happens is you need to get the peace of mind, and then your problem will solve itself. That's really what meditation will allow you to do. When you're having a problem right now, you're overthinking, you're worrying, you got to make a lot of decisions. You're like, oh my God, I got to make the right decision. Once I make the decision, then I'll feel good. No, it's the other way around. You got to live inside out. Once I feel good, then the problem will solve itself. And that's that higher level of understanding. Meditation is very powerful. Meditation is very powerful. Give your problems up to God. Like, whatever you believe in, like, give your problems up to that higher power, because first of all, it's only a problem because you perceive it as a problem anyway, and it's because you're overthinking. Most of the times, guys, all of our problems are created in our own head at the end of the day, by our ego trying to control everything, by trying to figure everything out, trying to control everything, right? That's just overthinking. But it happens, especially if you have a lot of responsibilities. Maybe you have kids, maybe you have a family, maybe you're a manager, maybe, you know what I mean? If you got a lot of responsibilities, odds are you probably have a lot of things you have to do. You got a lot of things you got to control. You got a lot of things that are in your life that you got to be aware of. So more odds are that you need meditation, because meditation will will allow you to be in the present moment. Because I've had times where I'm overthinking for 3 hours, 4 hours, and it's like I know I need to meditate, but then I don't want to meditate, and I just want to keep doing what I'm doing, because like, and I don't know, it's something that the ego does. But when you can just realize that meditation will solve your problems, like some people think that I have so many things to do, I don't have time to sit down to myself for 10-20 minutes a day. I meditate 2-3 times a day, and I'm telling you right now, it's just giving me that extra peace of mind, that extra clarity in my vision. Because if you're running throughout your day, especially if you're on social media, especially if you got random things going on in your life, your thoughts are coming into you from all kinds of things. Like, you got to realize what is in your energy field. Your energy field is made up of your own thoughts, the people in your environment, and your environment itself. Like, that's your energy field. So what you allow into your energy field is going to give you energy. When you have other people's energy, other people's thoughts, other people's words in your energy field, it can confuse you, okay? And that's what your mind, that's why when I'm talking about, we all have different voices in our head. Like, we all have that higher self in our head. We all have that victim in our head. We all have that self-criticism in our head. Like, we all have these different voices in our head. And a lot of times, a lot of the voices in our head aren't even our own. They're just a programming from throughout the day that's stuck in our energy field. So when you meditate, you can let go of all that. You can let go of what doesn't serve you. You can let go and trust the moment, because it's like if you have 10 things to do, you really have to understand that you can literally only do one thing at a time. So like, if you're thinking about all the things you got to do and what's the best order to do them in, and I got to do this and I got to do that, you just wasted all your energy. Now you frustrated, now you impatient, now you vibrating the wrong frequency. Now, versus when you meditate, you realize that I'm right where I need to be right now. Like, whenever I need to do that, it will be time. The universe will put the right thing in my experience at the right time when I trust the moment. Meditation is powerful, man. Not only that, another benefit of meditation is when you're taking deep breaths in, you're really oxygenating the body. You're increasing the blood flow to your brain, which is going to make you feel good. It's going to make you feel really good. It produces some hormones. I'm not too scientific with it, but it produces some hormones in your brain that makes you feel really good, and it gives your brain a lot of energy. So that's something else it does. Meditation is very powerful. It's very powerful when you just let go. The whole idea is you could also set intentions for your meditation. As far as like, before you meditate, write down what some problems you have that you want to solve. Write out some goals you want to achieve. You could ask yourself questions, because you're going to be marinating in your subconscious mind. You're going to be marinating in your subconscious mind. Really, the best times to meditate for me, I've found, is first thing in the morning is one of the best times. Right before you go to bed, you definitely want to meditate, because like, pay attention to how you go to sleep, right? Because if you go to sleep with problems in your head, well, you're going to marinate in your problems overnight. But when you meditate right before you fall asleep, you can solve your problems and get into alignment before you fall asleep, and then you fall asleep feeling good, and then your subconscious mind is going to marinate in the feeling good of your problems already solved instead of your problem itself. Okay? But also realize that a quick nap can really solve a lot of problems as well. It's really good for the brain. But as far as meditation goes, also right after a workout is good, because you're already in the present moment. When you're working out, you're in flow state, and that's what meditation really does. It really gets you in flow state, and what I use meditation for is I like to do a midday meditation or afternoon meditation. Whenever I need it. I do it whenever I need it, because like, what can happen is, especially if you feel like you're procrastinating, or you feel like you're overthinking, or you're just not in full alignment, you just take a step back. Instead of scrolling on social media for 30 minutes, or instead of just mindlessly watching videos for 30 minutes, an hour, that's not going to get you anywhere. Like, that's just going to make it worse. You know this. We all know this. Like, the longer you're scrolling on social media, the worse it gets. You think it actually makes you feel better, but it actually doesn't. But when you do is you meditate, and you have the intention of, when I get done with this meditation, I'm going to be in alignment, and I'm going to do whatever I need to do. And like I said, for me, the example for me was I was always procrastinating on doing things like my laundry or the dishes or things like that. But when you meditate, you can really just let go of all the BS in your head, and you can really become conscious of your unconscious thoughts and aware that it's some belief system in you that makes you want to procrastinate. But yeah, that's what I would say. Meditation is so powerful. If you've never done it before, just be patient with it. It takes practice, but those that meditated for a while, you really just don't want to go without it, because it allows you to let go into that pure bliss. But realize what happens is, it's not like you're only in bliss during the meditation, but you get to carry on that same frequency throughout the day, especially when you do it first thing in the morning. I will tell you this, guys, the longer you wait in the day, the harder it is to meditate, because you have more things to let go of. So if you meditate early, and then whenever you need it, just discipline yourself to meditate. It only takes 10 minutes. You can do longer, you can do 15, you can do 20, you can do 30. I personally don't see the point in doing more than that myself, but some people may see benefit in doing longer. I believe 10 minutes is good, 15 minutes is good, 20 minutes is good. And realize that start small. If you've never meditated before, start off with 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Start off with 2 minutes, start off with maybe 1 minute. You can put a frequency in your background. You can put meditative mind has frequencies. You can meditate to guided meditations by Aaron Dowdy are really good. Guided meditations by Joe Dispenza are really good. I'll definitely be coming out with some guided meditations of my own here in the next couple months, just because of how powerful they've been for me. So I definitely want to share what I've learned with them. But yeah, meditations is probably the most powerful thing that I've ever experienced, because you can be in a complete state of resistance in your mind, and it could take you out. A lot of times you can get into a state of resistance that you don't want to do anything the rest of the day, and you either don't do it or you force things you have to do in that state of resistance, where you can just take 10 minutes and meditate. I promise you this, guys. If you think 10 minutes of meditation is a waste of your time, I'm telling you right now, when you take that 10 minutes, it's going to save you hours throughout the day, because you're in alignment. 1 hour of alignment is better than 5 hours of misalignment. You'll get more done in less time, because you're in full alignment. When you're in alignment, what's happening is, when you're in the present moment, your higher self is guiding you. Your spiritual guides are guiding you. Whatever, I don't know what your perspective is, what you believe, but what I do know is that when you're in the present moment, in your heart space, you get help from somewhere else. It's not you controlling everything. You don't have to do everything yourself. And things just get aligned for you. When you're in alignment, you're attracting circumstances, situations, and events that are also in alignment with you. So meditation is a very powerful tool to get into alignment, to let go of resisting thoughts, and to really get into a state of trusting. Get into a state of trusting and get into a flow state. But I'm going to end this video here. Hopefully you receive some value from this. Follow me for more on Instagram at infiniteabundance777. Peace, love, and blessings to you, man. 2020 is almost over. Let's stay focused. We got time to make things happen. If it wasn't your year early on, well, let's finish the year out strong, baby. Let's get it.